Hey everyone, it's Suey here. Today we're coming to you from the floor, sitting here on the floor in front of my immediate TBR pile. I have several tiers of TBR piles. This is the immediate one. We might go to the other one today too. I don't know. But the reason I wanted to sit in front of my TBR pile today is because I was remembering that every May is the Asian Readathon. This is hosted by With Cindy, and it's something that I love to do every year because I, as you know, am very in love with all things Asian. So, of course, I need to celebrate Asian and Pacific Islander Month, which is every May, by participating in this awesome readathon. Cindy comes up with 5 prompts around some sort of a theme to give us a direction. And the theme this year is past lives, which is, I guess, a Korean movie that I am somehow not familiar with, but I will have to look into that. And I don't know that I will necessarily follow any of these prompts, but they're there just in case. And I thought I would just spit them out real quick for you. The first one is to read something by an Asian author, which is basically the whole readathon's premise anyway. Read something by an Asian author or an author, I think any author that fits within this category, which I'm going to get to in a minute, or a character, or I feel like the setting also. Read a book that feels timeless to you, read an underrated book, read a debut book, and read a book that includes something that you would want in your next life. These are awesome prompts. I don't know if I will necessarily worry about the prompts so much. I feel like my goal every May is to just make all my reading be from Asian / Pacific Islander. I feel like our definition of Asian in our head, we always default to Japan, Korea, China, maybe Vietnam, maybe Thailand, I don't know. But I looked it up and this is actually much more broad than we usually think of it as. So it includes Central Asia, which is like Kazakhstan, which I would love to read a book set in Kazakhstan. If anybody knows any books set in Kazakhstan or by a Kazakh author, let me know. And all those countries, in Central Asia. Then there's East Asia, which is the countries I was just naming that we usually think of. And then, of course, the Hawaii and Pacific Islands are included in this Cultural Heritage Month celebration. And then we have Southeast Asia, which is like Vietnam and Cambodia and Thailand and those ones, in Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, those kind of places. And then we have South Asia, which is like India, but sometimes I don't think of India as Asia. I think of India as India, but it is included because it is South Asia. And all those countries around there, I think, Central Asia. I was trying to figure out where Afghanistan is. I think that's considered in Central Asia, the first category. And then like Pakistan is around with South Asia, I think. I had a thing that listed all the countries and then I didn't write them all down. So I'm trying to remember. And then there's West Asia, which we usually think of as the Middle East, which would be, the countries like Iraq and Iran and the Arab countries. So what I want to do is kind of go through my pile or my TBR shelf here and see what I have on my shelf that maybe I could read during May for the Asian and Pacific Islander month. And so now that we know how much more broad this category is, I could read This Wolven Kingdom, to Hair Muffy, or I could even do one of my, I think it's this one. This is the next one in this series, because it's by Banter. I'm not exactly sure which specific countries these authors are from, but I know that they're included in these categories that I just said. I think Banter is from Pakistan. Let's see what else. I have this whole pile here left over from last year that I never got to. They're just still sitting here waiting patiently for their turn. And I want to read them all so bad. When My Name Was Kyoko, by Linda Sue Park. This one I could get through real quickly. So this one is about the Japanese occupation in Korea. I have John Shore's Dragon House, which I think this one is in Vietnam. Ginseng, the Ginseng Hunter. This one is set in China. Then we have Lisa C., Peony in Love, which is China also, I think. Lisa C. writes amazing books. And then here's one I've got an arc for a long time ago that I never read. The Paper Daughters of Chinatown, which is a historical event in 1895. So all those ones I would love to get to. Of course, I'm not going to get to that many books, but these are all possibilities for my May reading. Also on my shelf, I know I have a David Yoon book. He is a Korean American author, David Yoon, and I love his stuff. So maybe I would read this one. It's called Super Fake Love Song. I think that would be fun. And what else was I realizing I had on my shelf that might work? Oh, this one might work. It takes place in the Indian Ocean, and I am not sure what the ethnicity of the author is, but I feel like it would fit just from her name. Pirates in the Indian Ocean. And then also this one I think is by an author that fits in that category. I can't say her name. Amita Parika? Oh, I've got this one. Falling for Korea. I don't know if this is necessarily a K-pop book, but I just want to say, this is my little rant for the day. Pop Sugar is a challenge every year that a lot of people participate in, and they have come up with really awesome prompts. And for 2024, they have a read a K-pop book for a prompt. And I was so excited when that was a prompt, because I was like, oh, people are becoming more aware of this phenomenon of loving K-pop. And I thought it was so brave of them to put it on the list this year. But can I just say, I joined a Facebook group for the Pop Sugar Challenge, which is really awesome because everybody thinks of a lot of suggestions and recommendations for all the prompts. And I really enjoy the group because there's just constant book recommendations, and it's really fun to see what people are reading from all these different prompts. But there are some people who keep posting on that group totally complaining about the K-pop prompt and thinking that it is so beneath them to have to read a book about K-pop. And they're just gagging all over the place. And they're just thinking that it's just going to be such a pain for them to pick up a book that has anything to do with Korea/K-pop. And I am so annoyed by this attitude, and I feel like I just want to take people and shake them and say, can you just open your mind up a little bit? Just have a little bit. Just put aside those preconceived notions and those stupid prejudices that you have against something that you truly know nothing about. And if you could just read a simple, easy book. All the K-pop books are like so fast and easy to read and so much fun. But they have this notion that it's going to be about something stupid and beneath them and childish, and I don't even know why, really. But it just makes me so angry that they won't just have a little bit of an open mind about it. If you want to do the challenge, just go out of your comfort zone for 2 seconds and read a fun little book about K-pop and stop complaining about it. And if you think it's so terrible to read about K-pop, then cheat a little bit, stretch a little bit, and at least just read a book about Korea. Like, how hard is that? Okay, I just had to get that off my chest because I have been keeping that in for a while, and I just needed to. It really bugs me, if you can't tell. Come on, people. It's all to say that I might use May to do my K-pop prompt, and I have several that I want to do. Like, I'm complete opposite of these poor souls on that Facebook page that are so stressed about reading a K-pop book. I just want to read like 5-10 of them. I put one on my Kindle the other day, the 1982. Oh gosh, see, I forgot, it's a name one. Crystal Fiber Artsy. She recommended it, and now I can't remember it except for the year 1982 and the name of that person. It's on my Kindle, and so maybe I'll read that for this next month. There's one called Shine by Jessica Jung, and she is an actual K-pop star that wrote a book. So that'd be cool. There's also the sequel to XOXO by Axio, which I think would be awesome too. I could probably read this one if I wanted a nonfiction. I'm not exactly sure where she is from, what is that country, but this is all about food and, oh, it says probably here, Pakistan. Yeah, Fatty Boom Boom, a memoir of food, fat, and family. That'd be a great one for the Asian Readathon, I think too. I don't know if any of those fulfill the prompts that I was just mentioning. I'm sure I can make some of them fit some sort of a way because it's pretty loose. And I was gonna actually take you into the other room where my other TBR shelf is at and just see what might happen to be on those shelves that would fit for the Asian Readathon. Should we do it? Even though I already have this huge stack. And there's a huge stack I got just now. So I don't know that we need to go into the other room, but maybe we should just for fun. I just kind of want to see what's in there that might work for the Asian Readathon too. Okay, here's my other shelf. Anything jump out as something that I could add to the stack? A lot of fantasy up here. I'm not particularly familiar. Oh, this one would work, I would think. Oh, yes. I think that one would work. And then this, Marie Lu is an Asian author. That one might work. Oh, this one would work. Yes, Burning Goo, The Way You Make Me Feel. And one of those fluffy books that people are so, I don't think it's K-pop, but it's K-drama. I'm not exactly sure what it is really, but that one I kind of want to read. Maybe I'll add that one to the list for sure. All right. I did for sure want to declare my intention to participate in this Asian Readathon as I do every year, and wanted to show you all the books on my shelf that could be potentials. And it's a little overwhelming because there's so many that I want to read. So I am going to just get going as soon as I can and have fun with it. And like Cindy says at the beginning of her announcement for this readathon, we don't have to wait for cultural heritage months in order to read these books that are a little more diverse than some of the things that we typically read. Maybe we don't have to wait for it. I will be reading these kinds of books all year long, just like I always do, but it's fun to give them a highlight in May. Until next time, happy reading.